This topic is about America after World War II and what it happened to its wealth and to its young people. It's part of the AQA USA unit on 1920 to 73. Well, after World War II, America was able to capitalize on its victory over Japan and Germany and its dominance over Europe by being able to take on many of the overseas markets that Europe used to have some interest in, and it was able to use its resources at home to really max out on manufacturing goods. And as such, America did become very wealthy. In fact, one could argue, or certainly know, that this was the wealthiest society that had ever existed up to this point in history. And this wealth was quite widely distributed. The number that were in poverty was now down to 22%, rather than 50% during the 1920s. However, for the African Americans, life was still hard, with over 50% being in poverty. How did the people of America respond to this newfound wealth? Wealth that had never before existed in history. It has to be said it wasn't very good. The young people, for the first time in their life, had time on their hands. They didn't go off to work as they used to. They were going off to college and university. They also had money, quite a lot of money. And as a result, these young people were able to indulge in whatever they felt they wanted to indulge in. And you had the creation of the teenagers. And there were certainly advertisers and marketing people who were going to exploit this new demographic. And in the end, these young people, with their love of rock and roll, with its rebellious music, felt that they could, as it were, look to their peers and to their idols for affirmation and ideas to how to live. Whereas in the past, a young person would be looking to their older people in society for advice and information on how to live. And that natural respect for older people was diminished, and we've seen that continued in our culture to this very day. This is really the beginning of a very different view of what it is to be a human. So why did wealth create this situation? Well, if you look in the Old Testament, it was always the case whenever Israel became wealthy, they turned their backs on God and pursued pleasure. And so it's no surprise that that's what happened from this time onwards. Well, thank you for listening.